Warren Sharp put a tweet out today. Holy shit, what a truly ignorant quote on Lamar Jackson from a current NFL defensive coordinator. Says here, if he has to pass to win the game, they ain't winning the game. Another defensive coordinator said. He's so unique as an athlete, and he's really good. He's really a good football player. But I don't give a shit if he wins the league MVP 12 times. I don't think he'll ever be a 1 as a quarterback. He'll be a 1 as a football player, but not as a quarterback. So many games come down to 2 minute, and that is why they've had a hard time advancing, even when they are good on defense. Playoffs are tight. You have to be able to throw the ball, and he is just so inconsistent throwing the ball. It is hit or miss. Anonymous NFL defensive coordinator.
Yeah, first thing I'll say is put your name on it. Be a man.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing. That's where that is what, this is what we would call chicken shit quote, because you can't even put your name next to this long ass statement where you made some very bold proclamations about a player who is a grown man. And as a grown man, if you're going to talk shit, you should do it with your name so that we know so that the person who you're talking about knows who to send their rebuttal to.
So we can light your ass up.
So you can get your ass drug around the world. Now, I will say this. There's
not completely wrong.
one name that's been making the rounds about this, and I'm not so sure.
Oh, God.
I don't know. The internet has went ahead and made the assumption that Jack Del Rio is the one who said this. God damn it.
But shouldn't it be somebody in his division, though? Oh, wait.
No, they're not even in the same
conference. No, that's what I'm saying. I would imagine it'd be someone like that sees them all the time.
In division. Yeah, it has to be in division. So
this is nasty. Why would they say Jack?
I will say this about Jack Del Rio. As long as I've known him, as long as I was with him in Jacksonville, one of the very first things that he talked to us about as players, if you're going to make a quote to any media, do not do it anonymously. Mm-hmm. That was like a principle of his. Yeah, if you quote something, you put your name next to it. Don't be a coward and do it anonymously. Yep. And that is something that he said every year, and he took time to make that clear to the players.
Yeah, that was big for us.
If you're going to quote, then you quote with your name. If we see people quoting anonymously, then we know that you're a chicken, that you're a coward. So knowing that part of it, as somebody who played with him, I would say I don't think it's Jack Del Rio, because even with the shit that he said,
I mean, he's already put his name on something way worse. He's like, oh, I wish I had just said this.
Yeah, it was just dust up. Fucking dust up. You understand me?
Oh, man.
He's put his name on his quotes.
Yeah,
even as bad as they've been, he's put his name on the quotes.
He's definitely a stand-up guy.
I do agree with Justin. It's got to be somebody in division, because only in division has that much hate for you right here. This is hating right here. There's no doubt. This is hating. This is straight. I hate this motherfucker. I will say this. Lamar Jackson is a good quarterback. Lamar Jackson started his career as a pretty damn good quarterback, as a great quarterback, matter of fact. The last 2 seasons have not been the same. Doesn't mean he's not a great quarterback. It means he is going through a slump. And part of that has to do with injury. So you have to, and part of that has to do with he doesn't have a great offensive line. And another part of that has to do with he ain't really got no receivers. He ain't never really had no receivers.
Their offense isn't really set up like anyone else's in the whole league.
And then there is the real heart of the issue, is that this scheme that he is in, it's going to always limit the optics of the passing game. He's going to be passing the tight ends. A lot of his passes are down in the seams. Yeah. He does well passing to the outside as well, but a lot of his passes, it's on the seams. He's throwing down the hashes to big targets. And when you don't have a great receiving core where you're not forcing safety help on your number one, it's hard to have a lot of consistency when you have more pressure on the rest of your receiving core, on the rest of your receivers. Now, on top of that, this scheme is built run heavy. It's built to be a run heavy scheme. Passing is the second option. So now you're in a situation where you're going to have a lot of receivers that are not going to be down for that. Bernard Pollard was right in what he said, that no receivers want to go to Baltimore. No big time receivers. And I don't think it's because necessarily of Lamar Jackson. I think it's because they know that system is not designed to have a star wide receiver.
I'm not trying to be
blocking,
cracking fucking safeties.
Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Keenan Allen was in Baltimore. He would be shocked because when he gets there, he's thinking he's gonna start running routes. They're gonna start teaching him how to block. Hey, we're gonna go over here and work with the O-line today in training camp. We're gonna work on footwork. Like what? Oh, what? Like you're blocking. You're gonna be blocking 60% of the time. Get ready. Like receivers don't want that. Not at all. They'll block for you, but they're not blocking for you more than they're going to run routes.
Right.
That's not going to happen. And I think that has been the deterrent for a lot of more like elite level receivers. They don't want to have to compete with the running game because nobody else in the NFL, no other receivers in the NFL have to compete with the running game. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the season is gonna reveal all. We all know that. The NFL season will reveal all that we need to know about where these players are going to fall when the chips are down. How are they going to perform? We'll see. But it's just something I hope Lamar doesn't. And the one thing that I have seen from Lamar, because I saw it when he was in his little tiff with Bernard Pollard, he reacted way too quick. He reacted way too quick and way too much. And I won't lie, I breezed by his official account just to see, like, hey, don't listen to this. Don't be listening to shit. Player to player, you should probably get off of social media while you're in training camp. Not pay too much attention to it because, when you become a talking point, a subject of conversation, a lot of people are going to talk shit and and it's not worth it for him as a player to allow himself to be affected mentally by paying attention to it. Because when I see you posted a highlight video of yourself 4 hours ago, that's a response to what you've been seeing online. So you're letting things get into your head that don't need to be in your head right now.
Yeah,
I would say get the fuck off, get off of it, log off of it, and just get ready to play ball. The only way you can shut these people up is by putting your head down and getting to work.